Hi, this is Coach Gretchen. So let's get started just standing at the top of your mat with your hands at your heart and just feeling into your body, starting to open the soles of your feet, spreading your toes, and just taking a moment here to allow the body to settle, the mind to quiet down, and just checking in with your intention. What brings you to the mat today, this week, this year? And I invite you to just let go of any expectations that you might have, letting go of any attachment to where you have been in the past or where you feel you should be in this moment in the present. And from that open-hearted place, let's begin. Take a deep breath in, raise your arms overhead, bringing your palms together, and exhale, empty out, forward fold. Inhale, long straight spine, look forward and exhale. Plant your hands, step back to plank pose. Drop your knees, drop your chest to your thumbs, drawing your shoulder blades, your elbows back, and then press the tops of your feet, slide your feet back. Inhale, just lift your chest, low cobra, and exhale, release. Inhale, low cobra up, drawing your shoulder blades down your back, exhale and release. Inhale, this time you might press all the way to upward facing dog, straightening your arms. And exhale, back to downward dog. So just hold here in downward dog, warming up the body, moving around a little. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee, roll through your shoulders. And spread your fingertips wide, pressing through the front of your hand like you could slip a piece of paper under the heel of your hand. Right, feet about hips distance apart. Toes in, heels slightly out. Maybe a soft bend in the back of your knees. Really reaching your tailbone up towards the sky. And just take a few deep breaths here. All right, bring your feet together. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. And exhale to a deep forward fold, whatever deep feels like for you. And inhale all the way up, raise your arms, taking it all in, bringing it all back to your heart. All right, let's try that one more time. Inhale, arms up, palms together, shoulder blades sliding down your back, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift your head, lift your heart, gaze forward, and exhale, step back to plank pose. Drop your knees, drop your chest to your thumbs, scooping your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Slide the tops of your feet back, and take 2 low cobras. Right, really trying to just articulate your middle back. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Maybe on your 3rd low cobra, press to upward facing dog. Right. So in upward dog, you can lift your thighs away from the floor, lifting your ears away from your shoulders, and exhale back to downward dog. All right, so find your hands and feet again. Press through your fingertips, again noticing if there's weight in the heel of your hand and trying to transfer that to the front of your hand. Raise your right leg. Doesn't have to be very high, but just starting to feel that stretch in the back of your left leg. And set it down, switching to the second side. Right, open your toes, reaching your toes up towards the ceiling, and set it down. Big deep breaths, and step it up to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift, long spine. Exhale, deep fold. And inhale, rise all the way up. Big arms, hands together overhead, bringing it all back to your heart. All right, sun salutation B, bend your knees. See if you can brush your fingertips on the floor. And exhale as you straighten your legs, fluid forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step it back to plank pose. Lowering down, knees, chest to your thumbs. Inhale, 2 low cobras, maybe upward facing dog. And exhale, back to downward dog, leading with your tailbone. Inhale, raise your right leg, step your right foot forward. So hollow body, creating space for your right foot. Drop your left knee. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, your hands right back down to the mat. Step your right foot back. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward dog. Raise your left leg. So curling your body, your spine up towards the ceiling, creating that space to step your left foot forward. Drop your right knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale your hands back down to the mat. Step it back to plank pose. Lower to knees, chest, chin. As you progress, you might start to just take the regular chaturanga push-up. Inhale, low cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, meet back up in downward dog. Taking a few deep, slow breaths. Just feeling how your body has changed since you started. Warming up a little. All right, step it up to the top of your mat. Inhale, long flat spine. Exhale to deep fold. Bend your knees. Raise your arms up overhead, taking it all in, accepting it all just as it is. And bringing it all back to your heart. Step your feet about hips distance apart and just slide your hands along your legs, reaching for your big toes, reaching your heart forward and your tailbone back, so lengthening your spine. And exhale, deepening into the forward fold. Bend your elbows out to the side. Right, drawing your shoulder blades up your back. Shoulders away from your ears and just feeling the space in the back of your neck. See if you can find a little back bend feeling right in between your shoulder blades, right? Opening across the front of your heart through your shoulders, holding that line. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slide the palms of your hands, palms face up underneath your feet. And exhale, deepen into the fold once again. Elbows out. You can soften your knees here. Bend your knees as much as you need to hold on to a long flat spine and an open chest and heart. Release your hands, grab a hold of your elbows and just sway from side to side, articulating movement through your whole spine, from your tailbone through the crown of your head. And slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Raise your arms overhead and interlace your hands, right? Pointing your index fingers up towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and drop it to the right. Side bend to the right. Gazing under your left arm, bring it back to center. Tall spine and drop it to the other side. Try to feel your front and back body staying in one plane. Bring it back to center and hands to heart. Glide your left foot back, opening out to triangle. So back foot parallel to the back of your mat. Reach forward with your right hand and lower your right hand either to your right shin. You might bring the back of your hand to the inside of your calf, and you might reach all the way to the floor, right? Keeping the right side of your waist long. Finding a little contraction in the left side of your waist. One strong line from your right hand through your shoulders all the way up through your left fingertips. A little softness in the back of your right knee. And rise back up. All right, bend your right knee. Might take a little longer stance, side angle pose. So one strong line from your left pinky all the way to your left pinky toe. Right? Maybe bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. You can also just stay with your right elbow resting on your right knee. Don't forget to breathe. And bring it back up, straightening your right leg. Shift, so square your hips, stepping your right foot to the right. Take a little step up with your back foot and forward fold over your right leg. Parsvattanasana, mountain pose. Feet about 2.5, maybe 3 feet apart. You can keep your hands on your shin or maybe bring your hands to either side of your right foot. Adjust your stance until you feel comfortable. Again, a little softness in the back of your knee, trying to remain open through your chest and shoulders, through your front body. As a rule in forward folds, always think about trying to find that little back bend right in between your shoulder blades. And bring it into reverse triangle, bringing your left hand to your right shin and reaching the crown of your head away from your tailbone. So you can just start with your spine parallel to the floor here. Maybe bring left hand to the outside of your right foot, but no need to go any further than what feels accessible without force. Maintaining smooth, even breath. All right, windmill your arms all the way back up. Bring your hands to your heart and step your left foot back. Drop your left knee. Reach your arms up towards the sky and bring your right hand to the back of your left thigh. All right, dive left elbow to the outside of your right knee, bringing your right hand around to prayer, seeing if you can line up your elbows. Again, this long spiral from your tailbone through the crown of your head. Press the outside of your left arm and the outside of your right knee into each other, finding that right amount of tension to hold the shape together. You might lift your back knee. You can keep it on the ground. Either way, no worries. All right, drop your knee if you lifted it. See if you can open your arms, reaching your hands away from each other. And then bring your hands to either side of your right foot. Step your right foot back to knees, chest, chin. And take 2 low cobras, maybe pressing to upward facing dog. And a big deep exhale back to downward dog. Couple breaths. Spread your fingers wide, step it up to the top of your mat. Exhale into a deep fold and inhale all the way up. Arms overhead and hands back to heart. So we're going to take it to the second side. Slide your right foot back foot parallel to the back of your mat, left toes pointing forward, and reach your left hand forward. Find all that space in your left side, bringing your left hand to the inside of your left shin or resting on the front of your shin, maybe bringing your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Ground through the base of your right big toe and see if you can feel external rotation in your left hip, right? Creating a plane in the back body like you were leaning up against a wall. Reach up with your right hand, coming up to standing. Take a longer stance. Bend your left knee, bringing it into Parsvattanasana, side angle on the left. Feel that strong diagonal from your right pinky all the way through your right heel. Again, you can keep your left forearm bent, left arm resting on your left knee, or you can bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Right. Bring it back up to standing. Straighten your left leg and square your hips. Step left foot to the left. Take a little step up with your right foot, pointing your back toes almost all the way forward. And forward fold over your left shin, Parsvattanasana, mountain pose. Again, keep your hands on your shin. Reach your heart forward. If you can hold that open chest and shoulders, then maybe bring your hands to either side of your left foot. Up on the fingertips, maybe even grounding your palms. And pulse a little as you breathe over the front of your left leg. Bringing it into reverse triangle, outside of your right hand to the outside of your left shin. You can also just keep your Right hand resting on your left shin, starting with your spine parallel to the floor. All right, and inhale, rise back up, arms overhead. Take a little step back with your right foot and drop your right knee. Lengthen through your spine, reach your hands back, left hand to the back of your right thigh and dive. Right elbow to the outside of your left knee, finding that right amount of tension between your arm and knee, seeing if you can stack your elbows, thumbs towards your heart center. And you can keep your right knee on the ground or try lifting. Stay grounded through your right big toe. And level 3 option would be to ground your right heel. Open your arms, reach your hands away from each other, drop your back knee, bring your hands to prayer. Couple breaths here. Open your arms, reach your hands away from each other, and bring your hands to either side of your left foot. Step your left foot back to plank pose. Drop your knees, drop your chest to your thumbs. Slide your feet back. All right, 2 low cobras. Maybe taking it all the way into upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward dog. And that's it for the standing sequence. So come to a seated position, extend your legs forward. Dandasana staff pose. All right, just trying to find, again, that long spine, starting to walk your hands towards your feet, maintaining an open chest. If you start to cave in through your front body, just walk it back a little. Maybe you can find your big toes. Maybe you bring your forehead towards your shins. If you notice that you're contracted through your front body, right, lift your ribcage away from your hips. You can use a strap around the balls of your feet and bend your elbows out to the sides. You can also ground your palms and start to pull back, traction towards your hips as you reach your heart forward. More important, to keep a long spine and an open chest. Bring the heels of your hands back and see if you can lift your hips, Purvottanasana. If that feels like too much, bend your knees, bringing your heels back towards your hips and press into bridge. Sit it back down, balancing on your sit bones, supported Navasana, maybe extend to full, and rock forward, step back to plank, drop your knees and your chest to your thumbs, slide your feet back, 2 low cobras or an upward dog, and exhale back to downward dog. Come all the way through to a seat again. Jani Shirsasana, seated tree pose. So bring your right foot, the sole of your right foot, to the inside of your left thigh, lining up your left foot, your left heel with the center of your left hip. You can use a strap, or you can just start to walk your hands forward again, drawing the heels of your hands back, reaching your heart forward and feeling that activation right between your shoulder blades. Maybe you can start to bring your forehead towards your shin. Either way, let go of this idea of where you should be or where you have been and just feel into the integrity of the moment, paying attention to the quality of your breath. Inhale, rise up. Extend your right leg forward and draw your left foot in, pressing the inside of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Feeling that long spine as you start to walk your hands forward, noticing if the front body starts to cave in, just walk it back a little. Keep that openness in your front body and that slight activation, that subtle back bend feeling between your shoulder blades. Tuning into that subtle vibration in your breath. All right, and let it go. Rise up. Supported Navasana, balancing on your sit bones, maybe extending your legs straight, and rock forward, cross your ankles, plant your hands, step back to plank. Drop to knees, chest, chin. Slide your feet back, 2 low cobras, maybe an upward facing dog. Exhaling back to downward dog. And coming all the way through to a seat again. Cross your ankles, sit it down, extend both legs forward, Marichyasana. Draw your right heel towards your right hip, a little space in between your foot and your inner thigh. Reach your right arm up and reach your right hand forward, right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Bring your right fingertips or your hand to the outside of your right foot. Maybe reach your right arm around, finding your left fingertips for the bind. And if you feel it's accessible, start to reach your heart forward, your chin towards your shin into the forward fold. Or just bring it back up. All right, release that. And step your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Reach your left arm up and bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. For an easier option, cross your right ankle to the outside of your left knee. If you're taking the full twist, reach your left arm up and dive your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, trying to hold a straight line through your shoulders and breathing, so belly breathing in towards your right thigh. And let it go. Counter stretch, bow over towards the left. Come back to center, extend your right leg, and draw your left heel in towards your left hip. Find that space in between your foot and thigh. Reach your left arm up, reach your left hand forward, and bring your left fingertips to the outside of your left foot. So fingertips or hand. Find the tension between your left arm and your left shin, and maybe reach for the bind. Left hand wrapping behind to find your right fingertips. You might explore moving deeper into the forward fold, but again, let go of this idea of levels and just honor the sensations in your body, compassionately meeting any thresholds or any edges. Always staying connected to your breath. And let it go. Bring your left foot in to touch the inside of your right thigh. Active right foot and bring it into the twist on the left. You can cross ankle over knee. If you're reaching for the full twist, extend your right arm up, dive right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Again, holding onto that plane through your chest and shoulders, allowing your left shoulder to lead the twist, followed by your chin, and very last, your gaze. Press your right arm and your knee into each other to help activate the shape. And release it, counter stretch, bow over to the right. Vinyasa, starting in supported Navasana with your knees bent. And rock forward, cross your ankles, plant your hands, step back to plank, knees, chest, chin. Slide the tops of your feet back, 2 low cobras. Maybe pressing to upward dog and exhale all the way back to downward dog. Coming through to a seat for a little abdominal work. So start with your knees bent. You can rest your heels on the floor and place your hands on your belly, stacking your hands, right? Long spine. And again, always that open chest with a little lift through your collarbones. Beginning with V-sit twist and go. See if you can keep your knees and your ankles together and keep your breath going. Don't let the lungs close down. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to supported Navasana. Maybe extend to full. And rock forward, cross your ankles, plant your hands, and see if you can lift your sit bones. All right, back to V-sit, lowering down 1 vertebra at a time, all the way onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest for extensions, extending your arms back and your feet forward. Pull in, and 2, keep your low back pressed into the mat. Right? If you feel any lift in your low back, raise the level of your toes. Just a couple more. And last one, pull in and let it go. Rock forward and back a couple times, seeing if you can control that movement with your abdominals. And then rock forward, plant your hands back to plank, knees, chest, chin, through a vinyasa. Slide your feet back for 2 low cobras. Maybe add in that upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog, finding your way through to a seat for Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together and gently hold on with your hands, starting to open the soles of your feet like a book, gently pressing the outer edges of your feet in towards one another. And just feeling that release in your hips. Lift your ribcage away from your hips, feeling that subtle activation behind your shoulder blades, that little feeling of a back bend, softly starting to bow forward, honoring your edge. And just breathing here, feeling that soft rise and fall in your breath. And come back up. Bring your knees together. Wrap your arms around your shins and drop your forehead towards your knees, breathing in towards your heart. All right, move forward on your mat. Slowly roll down one vertebra on your time, bringing yourself all the way onto your back, extending both legs forward. Supta Padangusthasana. Draw your right knee towards your chest and extend your right leg straight, holding onto your calf. All right, you can just lift your chin towards your shin. Active left foot. Maybe hold on to your right big toe. And just feeling that stretch in the back of your right hamstring. Bend your right knee and cross your right ankle just above your left knee. Bend your left knee for figure 4 on your back. Thread your right hand through, both hands reach for your left shin. See if you can keep your right knee and your right ankle as you gently draw your right shin towards your chest. And release it. Extend both legs and draw your left knee in second side. Straighten your left leg, holding onto your left calf, and flex your left foot. Gently lifting your chest or just your chin towards your shin, and maybe taking the option to hold on to your left big toe. And let it go. Bend your left knee, cross the left ankle just above your right knee, and bend your right knee. Figure 4, second side, threading your left hand through, both hands reach for your right shin. Again, finding that parallel left shin as you gently draw in towards your chest. Really breathing into your left hip. And let it go. Set both feet down, just dropping your knees to the right and to the left, gazing the opposite direction that you drop your knees. And bring it back to center. Modified bridge pose. Bend your arms to 90 degrees, fingertips towards the ceiling, and press your arms into the ground as you raise your hips. You can keep your hands on your hips supporting, or you might interlace your hands, really starting to feel that opening across your chest, right? And pressing the backs of your arms into the mat. All right, and release it, rolling down one vertebra at a time. So we're going to take a couple more of those. When you're ready, take it back up again. Roll the weight to the instep of each foot, activating that line of energy all the way up through the inside of each thigh. So you gently are drawing your knees towards one another. They don't have to touch, and let it go. Always rolling down one vertebra at a time. Take one more modified bridge, or if you have a full wheel practice, go ahead and take your hands to either side of your ears and press the floor away. So skip this if it's unfamiliar or you've never tried it before. And take it down when you're ready, always rolling out one vertebra at a time. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of your feet together, right hand on your heart, left hand on your belly. Taking some deep, slow breaths here. Just allowing your breath to return to its natural rise and fall, no force. And allowing your heart to return to its resting rate. Extend both legs, feet about hips distance apart, letting your feet fall open naturally, arms about 30 degrees from your sides, palms face up. And rest in Shavasana. Allowing your whole body to feel heavy, sinking back into the earth, fully held, fully supported. And shifting into a state of receptivity, zero effort, opening up to all the effort you've already put in. And when you're ready, draw both knees into your chest, rolling over onto your right side, and finding your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart, taking a few deep breaths here, acknowledging the benefits of your practice. Stay here in this quiet place for as long as you like. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.